Hi guys, welcome back. Hello, fucking cameras all over the show. Need to get that sorted out, don't I? And get me, like, 1 second. Oh, teething problems, guys, teething problems. Got new internet put in, so got the recordings all. Like, I had to move the desk and shit. Well, my wife had to move the desk and shit. I wasn't here, but we have got better internet now. Got 100 meg. Well, I'll say 100 meg. It's up to 100 meg. Could be 5. Anyway, welcome back to the last episode of Motorsport Manager for this season. It's not the last ever one. It's just for this season. Now, I am recording this well ahead of time. Today is the 5th, I want to say. It's Wednesday the 5th. This will be going out on the following Friday, basically. So, a little while behind. So, if there has been anything picked up in chats and that, just, comment. But I won't be seeing it for a while. I wanted to get ahead on this so that I can then get ahead on Football Manager, get ahead on Crusader Kings 2, because I've not touched Crusader Kings 2 for a little bit now. Still umming and ahhing about it, because obviously the video that I mentioned hasn't yet gone out. At this point, obviously it has in real life, but the video I talked about hasn't gone out yet. But I need to record some CK2, I need to record some Football Manager, and I kind of want to start, fingers crossed anyway, hopefully everything will be here by then. I want to start the new season with the new build. That is my intention, is to start the new season with the new build, so we've got like a fresh outlook. So we're hoping for a strong finish. If you do hear any grunting sounds in the background, it's not my wife being railed by a stranger. That is her watching the tennis, and Rafa Nadal is playing. So there we go. Anyway, where are we at the minute with regards to this playthrough? So we're on the home screen here, as you can see. The Forney is sitting 7th, Gomez is sitting 14th. Our job is very secure. We're on target. I think this is the last race of the season. It is indeed. So we should have enough money. We're at 2.5 million to see us out. We're going to lose 1.8, so we should sit over 700,000 at the end of this. We're sitting 4th in the championship, the Constructors Championship at the minute, which is fucking amazing, by the way. Doing very well here. We don't really have much in the way of sponsorships coming in. Bosch ends in 2. Silana ends in 3. The rest of the races are like 9 race deals. So the start of next season might be a little bit tight. We will have, after this race, a £7.2 million for next year's car. Now, I think we spent 9.4 on this year's car. So there'll be that. We'll have the prize money as well. We'll have the car money, the prize money, and the money from the team for our predicted finish, basically. Our transfer budget, if you think about it in Football Manager terms. So we should get a nice chunk coming forward. With our headquarters, we are building the factory level 3. That should be sitting there ready for next season too. If we go to improve the parts on the car, so I don't think we're going to get the 263 on both our brakes, unfortunately. We have got the 335 on our engine. We're not going to get full on the gearbox either, I'm afraid, but we have got full on our suspension. So those going forward, we should be alright. Having talked to a couple of people with regards to building next year's chassis, I'm not going to look at improvability. Well, I am, but it's going to be less important than, say, fuel and tyre, because it doesn't look like you get too much out of the improvability. You don't get much improvement out of the improvability. It's your original sort of parts, how much they get improved by next season. And we're going to be building engines anyway. I'm going to build engines. Going to have to. It's just part and parcel of things. Although we probably will start with the fastest engines, they're not going to stay the fastest engines for long. So we are in Vancouver. So what do I like about Vancouver? Well, I kind of like Canada. I've never been. I want to go. I do have a friend in Canada who supposedly has said that me and the wife can stay with her for a little bit, but I've not really spoken to her for a long time, and it'd be kind of weird if I ring her up and say, "Hey Amy," well, she goes by Charlotte these days, but "Hey Charlotte, by the way, me and the wife are getting a flight over in a couple of months, do you mind putting us up?" I don't think she'd sort of really go for it. I've only met her husband once as well, so it'd be a bit weird. It might be worth a crack, Might be a nice, I say cheap. What are flights to Canada like? They can't be that cheap. It's still quite a way. But we've got that option available, apparently. But yeah, I don't mind Canada. I don't mind Canada. It's like Britain, but bigger and colder, isn't it? Or how do I... So basically, when I speak to a Canadian, sometimes I can never tell. And bearing in mind, I do listen. Can't always tell if you're a Canadian or American. And it's a lot of people are the same. And I'm sure you get pissed off when people say, "Oh, you know, whereabouts in America you're from?" And you turn around and go, "Well, I'm from Quebec or Toronto or Montreal or wherever you're from." And I can understand it's probably piss you off. But let's face it, Canadians, you like Americans but colder, aren't you, really? It's just how it is. I jest. You know I love you guys. I think you're still like the largest chunk of my viewership, so I can't take the piss out of you too much. We can take the mickey out of the Americans and how obese they are. I mean, I'm a chunky lad myself, but we can take the piss out of the Americans, can't we? I mean, these are the same people who voted in Trump, so... I mean, why would you vote in Trump? Seriously. I mean, just think of his name for one. Do you know what Trump means in Britain? It's a fart. So he's President Fart. You can't have that man in charge of a country, not let alone the biggest country in the world. I suppose biggest cunt for the biggest country in the world. This will probably get fucking taken out by a drone or something. Pissed off Trump. So, spot on the downforce by the looks of things for Gomez. Not going to have to do too much with the handling. We'll go that way. The speed balance, I'm hoping it's on the top speed that he needs it. Let's try a little bit further for that, I guess. Like there. Maybe a touch more on the speed. Everything else can stay exactly the same. Now, the Forney not looking so hot. I'm sure you ladies probably disagree. He's a young lad. Some of you are dirty old women. I don't know. I mean, well, I should be, you know, ladies who are interested in. I don't know. So I'm going to go this way first with the downforce. I should always adjust the downforce first, really, shouldn't I? Because you can see how much things change everywhere else when I don't. Yeah, we'll try that one out. Go for the extremes. Fingers crossed we'll get excellence across the board for Gomez with that. And we'll get him to attack again. Now, as I say, I am recording this quite way in advance. And you can see that the computer stuff isn't on the table behind me anymore. Now, it's kind of somewhere slightly different. It's over there. The only reason that is because I felt like it was less in the way over there. Plus, well, it looks like I've started to progress if I move it. I haven't progressed at all. I've probably regressed into childhood. Because I'm excited about getting these parts and building it. I really am. So, he doesn't like his downforce. Let's get to Fournier in. He's happier with his speed balance. We'll get him in on this lap. Let's go back to the Fournier. His handling's great now, which is good. Soft tyres. We'll change his tyres up. Let's get this setup sorted out. So he does not like the downforce. Let's get it going the other way then. Send it as far that way as possible. Get his handling back to there. So where was the speed balance before? So he wants a little bit less. Like so. I don't think that's going to be quite right. I think that's probably going to be too much. Like there maybe. We'll try that one out. And Gomez obviously is going to come in on the next lap. Daly is smashing out some speed here. We still haven't really... I mean, it's the last race of the season. Forney hasn't finished the lap yet. Gomez has, but we're not going to do anything. As I said in the previous race when we started knocking off, we're not going to be excellent, I guess. I fucking need to sort my screen out. It's got loose somehow. So, 1 second, guys. 1 second, off screen. Where is that fucking cable? Not Clark cable, just the cable. Uno momento. So I don't think it's... kind of. That'll do. So we've got 98%. Do we fettle with it? See if we can get 99. Yes, we do. Might as well. So how long's left? 4 minutes 34. We better leave them on these tire. Leave them on the same trim and tyres in that case. Deforney, how's your lap going, mate? You're just about to start your flying lap. Okay. I'll wait a second. And then I'll ask you again. And yes, by the way, I am wearing pyjamas. And yes, I know it is bright outside. I got home. It's 8:10 in the evening. And I want to relax, hence the beer. And Deforney with a cracking lap, 6th. Yeah, so hence the beer and pyjamas. Because what's more relaxing than a beer and pyjamas? There's a couple of things, I guess. But so let's get these guys in. We'll see if we can get a level 1 on the qualifying trim and super softs. I don't think we're going to be able to. So that speed balance was not good. Get the qualifying trim, 2 laps. Super softs. Still at 98%. I'll leave it. I'll leave it exactly how it is. Actually, I want to go back because that just looks better, doesn't it? So Deforney is just coming in now. Send you out. It's still not good. Still not good here. Still not good at all. So handling is now excellent. Speed balance needs to be about there, I guess. Do we have... I'm assuming we need to go that way a little bit. Fuck. This might be the first time I fucked this up completely for Deforney. It might be. I don't think I've completely fucked it up for him before. Let's get these going fast. We're going to have to mess around with him in practice, aren't we? I'm sure we are. I'm going to have to basically have a good look at him before we send him out in practice. Have a look, see how things are, and then pull him in. So, don't get the qualifying trim. We don't get the super soft bonus, but I'm not overly fucking fussed, to be fair. As I've said, I don't think... Well, we've got great across the board. I'll stick with an all purples, all greens, that's fine. That is more than fine by me. Skip the custom video. So Deforney got a 7th actually, and then Gomez got 18th, but as I say, it doesn't really matter. Aaron Andrews is here, so is Marcel Desailly. Seriously, having Marcel Desailly here is like sending Lewis Hamilton to commentate on football, isn't it? What's the fucking point? What's the fucking point? Seriously. Right, so we're going to do the same thing we normally do. Should we fettle with it a little bit? Let's just do that. That might do the job. We'll take the slightly worse off super softs. Same for you. We'll take the slightly worse off ones. There's no point in ruining a good set of tyres. It costs money. We don't have lots of money, not in a minute anyway. Send out Gomez, let him do his auto bollocks, and then we'll send out Deforney now. And we're going to control Deforney again. I've kind of liked the whole controlling it. I feel more in control. You know. Also, I got told off the other day, and someone commented, it was Pellaverse, I believe, commented on my original introduction video to this series. So I had a sort of introduction to the career, well, introduction to the mod career. So, and apparently I flipped you guys off. I stuck my fingers up at you. He says it's not the best way to introduce yourself to your audience, and no, it's not. But I consider myself cheeky, so yeah. But hello, Pella. If you're still watching this, mate, hello. I did like that comment. Me and Pella first actually started talking. We were watching Loki Doki's stream. He'd done a stream, the How to YouTube stream, sort of like a Q&A afterwards, and me and Pella started talking then, and yeah, he seems like a nice guy. Not ever met him, but he seems like a nice guy. So how are we doing at the minute? Well, no one's qualified. Well, I was going to say no one's qualified slower than us. So we're getting pushed down gradually. In fact, everyone's qualifying ahead of us. I'm not fussed. I'm quite happy to just call this one. I'm quite happy to just lean back and just not do anything, to be fair. I might just let this run. I just want to get into next season. I do. Well, actually, I want to get into my new computer and then get into next season. But it looks like a 19th and 20th for us. Always good. We'll take those again. Should we have it? Which way did we go last time when we changed it? It was that one. So it was 20.4. So I'm wondering if 21.6 going the other way might improve it. Never know. How about you? We've got a 95%. How about a little fettering there? You never know. Might do it. Let's get you sent out as well. I like to mess around with these things. Any sort of percentage extra is always good. But we're not going to get anything out of it because it's just started raining. Never mind. Never mind. I should have been keeping an eye on the weather. It's one of my failures with this. I don't always check the weather, and I really should. Still want to get that forecast centre. We've got a good and we're good. But if it rains in the race, we're golden. We are golden. We will do rather well. I'm not going to do well on this lap. Not going to do at all well on this lap, actually. But I don't really fucking care. We're not going to improve on 17th and 19th. Which have to come from the back of the pack. We've got to try and keep ahead of the Costa and Friedson first. We need to try and stay ahead of... We need to get both our drivers ahead of at least one of their drivers if we want to have a chance of finishing 4th. I really want us to finish 4th. Well, of course, I'd want us to finish 4th because otherwise we might finish 5th. And 4th is better than 5th. It goes without saying, really, doesn't it? But getting 4th will be a massive boon for us. Not just because of the prize money, but I think from a marketability standpoint, we will get, a nice big bonus. Also, I think finishing 4th, having our marketability goes up, it will increase the chances of us getting decent drivers in. And we do need another driver to replace Gomez. I mean, he's doing us a job. But, yeah, goes without saying. But he's not quite the man for us, I feel. I feel we need someone better. Someone younger. Maybe female. Don't know. Looks like it's going to be a really, really nice day. Oh, that was a nice little fart. Looks like it's going to be a really nice day, unfortunately. No, we'll take that. So they get this car set up sorted out. So, didn't really do much. That's fine. We're going to take the Super Softs. 31 laps. We get 12 to 14 on those. So if we take 18 laps of fuel for you, and then for Tefoni, we're at 95%. I'm not going to mess around with it now. It's too late. 13 to 15 will give you 19 laps of fuel. Makes sense, doesn't it? And we'll get Gomez in first and then Tefoni. Driver strategy, engine modes are going to be overtake. Driving style is going to be neutral. Let's say I don't really expect much. Friends, Daly, Martin, Apt, and Stroll, top 5. So, let's get to a good start, shall we? Gomez up into 16th, Tefoni to 18th, and now 17th and 18th, 16th and 17th. And looking to see a bit of a pincer manoeuvre going on here. Come on, Tefoni, mate, get on the inside. I was about to say, Tefoni's up in 16th. They dropped positions there, unfortunately. Gomez down to 20th, Tefoni down to 17th. I don't think there's going to be any rain today. Saying that, there's a cloud there. Is there any... No, sunny. Shame. We do need rain if we're going to get anywhere in this race. That's without a doubt. If we can get like 14 laps on one of these sets of tyres for Tefoni, it starts raining and it rains for the rest of the match. We get Tefoni on the Inters. Let's see us out. Well, I say that. I thought in the last race the tyres were going to see us out, but it didn't quite happen, did it? No, it did not. It did not. Friends is smashing ahead. Felix da Costa sitting in 10th still. As I say, I want to finish ahead of those guys. Tefoni's locked up. You have 50 pence pieces for tyres, do you? For people who don't know, do I have a 50 pence piece on me? I don't. So a 50 pence piece would be the equivalent of 50 cents, I guess. But it is, I want to say, septagonal. 7 sides, 50p a piece. It has, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, it has flat sides. It's not a square. It's not a pentagon. I think it's huh? No, I think they all got. Well, yeah. Pound coins now. Alright, pound coins have 12 sides and they're all flat. I'm sure the 50p piece is like 9-sided. Or 7. No, it's 9-sided or 7-sided. I think it's 7, but it doesn't really fucking matter anyway. It's got flat points on it. It's not a circle. That's the fucking crux of it, isn't it? Really. So yeah. So he's got 50p pieces. He could have said 20s. He could have just said he's got squares. I wonder how that translates. If you're in a different country, what do they say? So if you're in Canada, does he say he's got 50p pieces for tyres? If you're in America, does he say 50p pieces? If you're Spanish, what does he say? You know. I'm wondering as well, if I was to pick a different country, because we're based in the United Kingdom, because that's where I'm from England. If I was to pick, say, Germany, would it mention like a euro or a Deutschmark? I don't know. You know, I know Deutschmark's not been used for a long time, but yeah, you know, what would it say instead? I'm interested. If you are playing this game in your respective country, let me know in the comments. And also, while you're in the comments, please do like and subscribe, of course. So Deforney's up into 15th, Gomez in 16th. Still looking very dry out there. But who have we got ahead of us? So Villeneuve in between Gomez and Deforney. He's going to pit before both drivers of ours. Heidfeld, Evans, Munoz, all these guys are going to have to pit. I wouldn't be surprised if some have decided they're going to go in the next one, actually. Let's go back to Deforney. We've been watching Gomez the entirety of this. Let's go to Deforney. We know Gomez is going to have to come in first. His tyre degradation is a little bit lower, and he's got slightly less in the way of fuel. But Deforney's trying to get, you know, some semblance of, well, respect out of this race. He had a 3rd place finish. He needs to do something. He got a podium. He should be doing better than this. He's mentioning the fuel again. I'm going to flip my shit if he mentions that fuel again. I don't talk about fuel drive. We don't talk about fuel in this. I deal with the fuel. You just drive it, okay? So Gomez is up into 13th. Deforney's in 10th. Deforney's back in the points. Still have Da Costa and Frines ahead of us. He's worried about his fuel. He's going to come in on the next lap, I feel, is Gomez. So we'll wait until we see this number 15 get past the pit. And there it is. We'll get him out on these. So he's done 12 laps. We'll get 12 to 14. So if we can get 11 out of these, and we'll try to get the remainder on them as well. We'll give him 20 laps of fuel. It's going to be a long pit, but I want to try and make sure that the last pit is a lot shorter. Let's go back up to Forney, who's kind of been jockeying for position there with Turvey. He did briefly lose out. I think he regained it. I don't know how long he's going to hold on to it for. But he's going to come in on the following lap. Or should he go one more? Might get him to go one more. Actually, no, we're going to get one on the following lap, but he's going to have a bit of a push, shall we say. Try and gain a little bit of distance, a little bit of coverage. I feel Turvey might come in on this one as well, and Vern. So Gomez is in the pit. He's had a good pit. He's going to come out in 20th. Fuck, cunt. So Villeneuve just got ahead of him there. We do have a bit more tyre deg than Villeneuve does. Should we get you to go neutral again now? Get you to pit on this one. Just take the super softs again. Get you to 20 laps as well. Or go 15. I don't want to make it too heavy actually. We're going to take it balanced. I don't want to risk any... Well, I don't mind a marginal risk, but I don't want to risk too much. Up into 9th now, Deforney, having taken a position from Vern. I am going to push his tyres, but we know he's going to come in on this lap. So Rosenkvist needs to come in, Da Costa needs to come in, Vern, Turvey, Najiri all need to come in. They're all suffering the same fate as we are, so I'm not too worried about losing positions to them. Not in a minute anyway. So DaCosta and Rosenqvist are in. Rosenqvist is now out. Where's DaCosta? DaCosta is out as well. So DeForney, Vern, Turvey. We are out in 16th. I mean, that's not a bad drop. We dropped 6 places and the 7 places, didn't we? That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Najeri still needs to go in though. He held off. But he's now 21 seconds ahead of DeForney, who is going to lose out to Villeneuve in a minute if he's not careful. So Frines is setting new fastest sectors. Joy, just joy. Najeri's in the pit down to 13th, 15th. Don't think we're going to get ahead of him. I think he's going to pull out this pit just before us. We do pull out just in front of him. Gomez in 19th. I need Gomez to do a job for us and just pull up and get up to about 15th, 16th for this race. I need DeForney in the points. It doesn't matter if it's 1 point or 2 or 3 or what. He needs to be in the points. Because, I mean, we're not. If Frines win this, we're definitely not going to get 4th. But where are they? I can't remember who. I think these guys here, Rosenqvist and Heidfeld, I think they're with the Mahindra race team. And I think they can leapfrog us as well. So we won't even be 4th. We won't even be 5th. We may end up being 6th. I don't want to be 6th. I want to be at least 5th. I mean 4th obviously would be preferable, but it's not going to happen. Gomez dropping down to 20th. Doesn't help. Gomez has been blue flagged as well. Always helpful. And I've just realised I'm going to have to change this, aren't I? Just scene collection. I've been in entirely the wrong layover. The wrong layout. Oh, hello. Hello. Better go back to the last one. Let's pause that. I'm going to try this again. This is just fucking on it, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? See what happens now. There we go. I don't have my surround though. What happened to my surround? Oh fuck! I don't care. I don't care. Oh, it's all. That was my Football Manager thing, wasn't it? That was my Football Manager one. Why is that all over the show? Let's bring that forward. I want to get this sorted out, but it's not going to happen. Oh well, fuck it. The camera's in the right place now, though, so you can see where Gomez is. It took me 27 minutes to realise that. Ever the professional, Mr. Lambert. Yes. Yes, ever the professional. So how are we looking on these tyres? 60 and 74 fuel. We've got a lot less on DeForney, but I put a lot less into him, and apparently that's now frozen up. Doesn't seem it now. No encoding message errors. That's always good. But I do want this new fucking computer built. I need it. Right, so he's worrying about his tyres at this point, so we'll get you push him, I guess. Don't want you to push too hard though. Saying that, he's only got a few laps to go and then he's going to come in, so. Okay, let's get you to push on these tyres quite a bit. Let's go attack. I need you to gain a couple of positions. So you're going to come in on lap 21 anyway for your last set of tyres, so. DeForney, go to push, mate, alright? I need you to catch up with Vern up there. You definitely need to stay ahead of Vern and Najeri and Villeneuve and Engel and Carroll and preferably Evans. I need you to push. I need you definitely not to lose out to Najeri. I don't want to push his tyres too much. Saying that, we can. Let's push him. He doesn't need to do as many laps as some of the other drivers. We do have some guys in the pit. We've got Munoz and Evans. I think it's just Munoz now. That was Evans, wasn't it? That was Evans, that's fine. So can DeForney Gomez get ahead of Carroll? He does. He's a long way behind Engel though. DeForney's 7 seconds behind Vern. We're going to get Gomez to pit on this one. He's going to get his last set of tyres. 11 laps remaining, that's fine. We'll give him 14 laps of fuel. Should see him through. Fast pit strategy. Joe, your TV's going to go off in a second. So, what have we got? So Gomez is coming in. Forney is now up to 11th, 12th, 11th. It's fine. Can we get higher? I don't really care about the 50 grand. I just care about points. Let's get him to pull back on his tyres just a little bit. Gomez comes out of the pit in 20th, but that's to be expected. But he's not going to pit anymore. Shit, we better get his tyres down. There we go. We'll get Forney to really attack on this one, and then we'll bring him in. Should we get him on these again? Or should we get him on those? What's 15% on that? 15% on that's going to be like a third of a star, isn't it? So they're going to be faster. There's 10 laps remaining. I don't want to risk it. I just want to really push these tyres, I think. Let's go 14 laps of fuel. Yeah. Park conditions are fine. I am going to take a risky fast one. Because why the fuck not? So we're going to get him to push all the way on his tyres, unless that tyre deck really starts to look a bit ropey, in which case we'll pull back. It's starting to fucking rain. Okay. Rains when we need it to, I guess. It's not when we need it to. But he's got new tyres, hasn't he? Fuck. Right, let's get Gomez to pit on the following lap, I guess. We'll get him on to winters. I feel like everyone's going to change to winters, so he might as well. He's got enough fuel to see him out, so. Let's go to the Forney, who is into 10th at the minute. He's going to lose out a couple of positions because I don't think everyone else is going to pit. Then a couple of people have. Who's in 14th? Engel will probably pit. He is. Turvey is. Hydefield is. Carroll. He's not. But DeForney only lost one place there. That's not bad at all. Obviously, Gomez is coming in. He's going to lose a couple of positions, unfortunately. But we can get him to push on these rather hard. In fact, I think we're going to leave DeForney on red and red, as well as Gomez. I think we're going to leave all of our both of our drivers in red and red. Try and get ahead. So we've got Apt's on our tail there. We know he's going to pull away. Evans in 10th on these for some reason. Vern and DaCosta, they're going to have to come in and change their tyres soon, as are the front 5. I don't think we're going to get anywhere near the front 5, but we may be able to get near to Vern and DaCosta if we're lucky. Friends is way up there in the points. Gomez has got himself up to 17th, so getting the tyres changed when we did was a fantastic idea. And that's why I didn't go for the wets, because it's only going to be one lap, maybe 2 at the most, where wets are going to be more beneficial. Who is going into the pits? That was Vern, I guess. We're up into 10th, right on the tail of that. He had a lock-up. That's fine, DeForney, it's wet. You're going to get lock-ups. Plus, we're getting you to push real fucking hard. Gomez in 18th has dropped a couple of positions. No. Most of the drivers are on wets, actually. Interesting to see. But it's going to be more interweather after the next lap, so I don't know. Maybe we should have gone for wets. I prefer inters, so I'm more of a green man than a blue man, even though my channel art is blue. I just like that blue. It's quite a nice blue. It's a relaxing, calming blue. We've gone up into ninth though. Apt has gone into the pit. He's looking to come out on wets apparently. Don't know about that. I think that staying on inters is the better choice. But whatever floats your boat, man. You might pull ahead of us. Don't worry about the tyres, mate. You've got plenty to see you out for the rest of this race. But as you can see, the water is going to start pulling away soon. We should start coming back into our own. I don't think Gomez is going to be doing anything point-wise. DeForney, though, may be able to get up on 7th here. So that's him ahead of Rezenkvist and Daly. Still ahead of Apt at the minute. Who's ahead of us? So DaCosta and Friends are both ahead of us at the minute. About to lose out to Apt. But because DaCosta and Friends are so far ahead of us, we are not going to be getting 4th place in the Constructors. They're going to get too many points. We're not going to be able to do anything about it. Gomez has got himself back up to 18th after taking a couple of guys in the pit. The water on the track is going to fall away soon. Who's that in 10th? Vern. Vern's got a part problem. Apt is ahead of us. He's pulling away ahead of us, actually. Not expecting anything else. He's a great driver. He's got a very good car. Now, the weather's just changed. So, how come both of these drivers have pulled ahead of us when they've got the shittier tyres? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Next season we've got ERS, so we'll have a little boost available to us. I'm looking forward to ERS. So let me get some good stuff. Very good stuff. Gomez in 20th. We're still holding on to the points at the minute in 10th. We do have Nigeri on our tail. I was really hoping to stay ahead of Vern, actually, but don't know. Pull a lot of faces, don't I? Don't like that faces. And my face, I guess that's my Tourette's face. Yeah, you know, I don't know. Is there such a thing as a Tourette's face? I don't know. Have I offended a lot of people? Probably. Do I care? Nah. Right, so we should gain a couple of positions here. If you look at how Deforney is gaining on these guys on their stupid wet tyres, well, we've got our inters. We should be able to get ahead of them. No, not on the outside. On the inside, you moron. Gomez has taken Rosenqvist up into 19th now. Deforney has got ahead of both of these drivers. He's in 8th. Nowhere near apt, unfortunately. He's not going to get anywhere near apt. Let's go neutral on these tyres because I feel like we're going to burn them out otherwise. So once we get across this line, they are going to have to do one more lap each. I think it's one more. Let's go push. I think push will see us out. Let's go see what's going on here. First is across the line, so Stroll has finished. So yeah, this is the last lap. We may possibly be able to catch up with apt if we're lucky. I'll keep you on push. You've still got to go an entire lap, I think. What have you? No, you're done. So Gomez finished in 17th in the end. Managed to pip Daly at the fucking line. And Deforney in 8th, which is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. A lot better. He's happy. Gomez won't be. Especially when he realises he's not going to get a new contract. Well, if we can get a decent driver, he's not going to get a new contract anyway. But 8th isn't bad. We get some points. We stay ahead of Vern and Nigeri. Vern gets in the points as well. Evans gets in the points. We should have enough to see them off. Rosenqvist, Heidfeld, they don't. So we should have a 5th place final standing in the Constructors Championship. So 8th and 17th. Stroll, Freins and Prost finishing in the top 3 with Da Costa getting 4th. So they really did smash us out. They would have got 4th. No rules broken. Who got the fastest lap? Freins, but he got demoted 2 places, which means that they got 3rd and 4th. John-Eric Verne got demoted 4 places. Doesn't mean anything for us, though. So the 14th ended up 8th in the standings with Gomez in 14th, and we ended up 5th in the Constructors Championship. Those points coming in clutch, basically, which is an excellent word to use in a racing game. Marcel Desailly back again. Natalie Pinkham's here. No Susie Perry for the last race. Super disappointed that there's no Susie Perry available. Must be busy with someone better. But who's better than me, though? I mean, seriously, well, a lot of people. But, so, how much? I want to hang about to see what prize money we've got before we end it. So driver stats, we came 5th in that. Our marketability should have shot up a little bit from there, maybe up to 46 if we're lucky. You're getting some stat increases. Went up to 45%. Okay, it's fine. We lost that 1.81 million though. 745 grand in the bank left at the end of the season. A lot more than what was left last season. Still. So Andretti and Kimball 1st and 2nd in the Asia Pacific Super Cup. What does that matter? I don't really care about that. So the world champion was Anthony Martin at E-Dams, and they won the Constructors Championship as well. So we're not going to have to worry about E-Dams for next season. Maybe Blue Stiltons and Somerset Breeze. Don't know. Cheese jokes. Cheese jokes. Isn't that mad cheese? Don't know. Just grasping. Alex Tagliani. Nope. No good. So, car condition update. Don't really care. Haven't answered. Gomez, he needs to button it. I don't really care for Gomez anymore. He didn't lose anything there. Contract's running down. So we want to give Deforney and Newman new contracts. So let's go to start. So Newman, renew contract. Fuck off. He doesn't want to renew. Drivers, renew contract. Right, so Deforney wants to stay, but we're going to lose our lead designer. Now, that is a shitter. Can we get you on that? Your current race is 403. Your current wage per race is 403. We're not going to get him on 261. But, especially if I'm getting on a long contract, might be able to get him for cheaper. 366. Really disappointed that we're not going to keep Newman, though. Fuck. Right, so we need to find ourselves a new lead designer. Wang Yun. Random legendary, no condition loss on first race. Random great. Yeah. Yanni Kotalainen. Risk level -1, reliability +2. Unlocks an additional good. I don't really care. So who was that? Kotalainen. Rui Menezes. Reliability. Max performance instantly upgraded. That's a handy thing to have. I want this extra fucking component thing. This component. Performance instantly unlocks additional. I mean, these guys look good. I really want that fucking component thing. Reliability +2. I'm looking for some improvements as well. Ruby Smith. So, reliability +40. I really want that, you know, part for no cost. She's got components everywhere, but who was that? Leandro Amorin? No, that was Lucien Ansel. Did we have a look at Amorin? We did. Let's go Monario. Nope. Zhao Bingbi? No. Camilo Morales. It's just, I want Newman. I want to keep Newman, but he's not going to hang about. He's just too good for us now, and that is one of the issues. Ruby Smith we've looked at. I mean, I'll sign someone from another team if they're happy to join us. I mean, like Wang Yun, would you be happy to join us? You're not interested. So, he wouldn't be happy, even though he's a free agent. Julian Greenlee. I would love Julian Greenlee. It's no good. It's just no good. Let's have a look. I'm looking for this fucking part thing now. This is going to be a piss take, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. So annoyed with that. So annoyed with that. So fucking annoyed with it. Right, so who can we get? Can we get this Ruby Smith? Brakes are terrible. No, I don't want Ruby Smith. Can we get Rob Taylor? I mean, he's all round okay. His engine is terrible. Jabal Ali. Engines are good. I mean, it's front wing and rear wing we don't need to worry about. If we can get rid of those front wings and rear wing bonuses, then we're good. And you're alright, John O'Brien, but... Please. Wanker! Wanker, that's all I can say. We're going to have to go for Elio Bonacci, aren't we? Or someone like that. I don't want Elio Bonacci. I don't want Rob Taylor. I want my fucking Newman. I want Newman. I don't want anyone else. Just Newman. And you've got shit components that like we're not going to unlock. Great. That is disappointing as fuck. I was looking forward to next season. Now we're going to be like fucking crippled. Anyone at the bottom here with decent like potential? I would take decent potential. Like Chase Selman. No, you're really shit, aren't you? Neil Martin. No. I'm so fucked off with Newman. So fucked off. And this is now dragging out. The thing is, I need to get something done. Let's get you then, I guess. That is just, that's astronomically dire. That'll do. So, car repair is complete. Well, it needs to be. Let's go to the car, improve parts. Still improving these parts here. They're not going to quite reach their full potential. Championship promotion. So, received the prize money, 6 million. So basically, doesn't matter where you finish, you get 6 million. Not happy with that. We're manager of the season though. That's good. That's a first. Got manager of the season. Let's have a look, see if we can get this new designer. Before anything else. Obviously we've got it. Yeah, don't worry about it. I know about the ERS. I'll talk to you about I'll talk to you guys about the ERS system when it gets to it, okay? So, what's this new person say? Wants to renegotiate. She wants a bit more money. Okay, we can do that. How much? You want 100? I'll offer you 116, okay, love? And then the next thing is the pre-season, but this will be the end of the episode. I'm not going into the pre-season. I want to wait until we've got the new build. You can understand that, can't you guys? You can understand that. We can't do Deforney's contract. Right. So, that's going to be the end of the episode. If you have enjoyed the series so far, obviously I know there's been issues with the recording. But next season, hopefully, we'll be on it like a car bonnet. If you have enjoyed today's episode, enjoyed the series so far, put it in the comments, leave me a like and subscribe. Retweet if you've got Twitter, add me on Twitter. Retweet the fucking episodes as they come out if you can. Get your mates involved. I'm sure they'll enjoy it. Well, they might do. They might do. If your friends are anything like you and you've been enjoying it, chances are they'll enjoy it too. And yeah, hopefully the next time I see you will be with a new computer. And I probably will do a build video. I mean, the case isn't exciting, but it's effective, and that's what matters. I don't really care about pretty, I care about effective. So yeah, anyway guys, I'll see you when I see you. Take care.